Good morning, folks. It's your bro. It's your bro, Richard Rich here. Say Richie Rich here. Today's video. So, today's video. Today's video. So, today's. Today in this video, it is now officially part 7. That's right, part 7 on the Nissan Silvia. So today I'll be attempting to finish this all off completely. So yep. So it's currently 12:01. So over 12 a.m. in the morning. So on Saturday morning. So good morning to you all. So today is now part 7. So part 7 on the Nissan Silvia. So today I'm going to be attempting to finish this all off completely. So completely. And after that I will I'll see what else I can do. I got a lot of things planned, but I'll see what I can do. So before I start, make sure you all like the video. So like the video, subscribe, comment down. So like the video, subscribe. Like the video, subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. As I like the video, subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted when I make brand new uploads. So I'm on the last one, which is the S15 Silvia. And so yeah, so without any further ado, buckle your seatbelts, put the brake down, first gear, and let's finish this. So now I'm on the final version of this car, which is the S15. So everybody's most favorite most favorite Silvia, and I'll admit it's my favorite as well, but my most all-time favorite was the S14. So S14 Silvia. I mean, I love the S15. Don't get me wrong, the S15 is cool, but I've pretty much I've always been more of an S14 person. So I'll pretty much go with an S14. One day I might get myself an S15. I don't know, but one way to find out. Anyways, let's get straight down to business. Overviews first. So an S15 Silvia. So overviews first. So let's begin. So it's also called the 200 200 SX. It's a 200 SX. Is that a 200 SX in both Australia and New Zealand. So Australia and New Zealand. I might head to either Australia or New Zealand. I mean, they're basically the same anyways, just a little bit different. So in both Australia and New Zealand. So Australia and New Zealand. Production was from January 1999 until August 2002, and that's the same year from 1999 to 2002. So 2002 for the R34 GTR Skyline, because it was first released back in 1999. Then it ended production in the year 2002. A year after the first Fast and Furious movie was out, and a year before the second movie was out. So production was from January. So January. So early 1999. So early 1999. We're still part of the very late 90s. So early 1999 to August 2002. So mid 2002, somewhere around there. It's early 1999. So early 1999 to mid-late-ish August. No, August, sorry. So mid-late-ish 2002. So from 1999 to 2002. So 2002. Its assembly is at the usual Nissan Shatai plant in the town of Kanda, or Kandamachi. So Kandamachi, located in the Miyako district in Fukuoka Prefecture, which is Fukuoka. So Fukuoka, Japan. Which is a prefecture of Japan. So Japan, located on the island of Kyushu, which is 9 provinces. I think I said it right. Kyushu. That was close enough. So its assembly is at the Nissan Shatai plant in Kanda, Fukuoka, Japan. So that's the assembly. Body and chassis next. Body style, 2 types you can get it as is both a two-door coupe and convertible. For the convertible, it's known as the Silvia Varietta. So Varietta version or edition, whatever you call it. So Varietta version of the car. I think it's a special edition. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Layout is as with every sports car recipe. Front-engined rear-wheel drive. Proper recipe. So front-engine rear-wheel drive. Which I always go with that layout. Front-engine rear-wheel drive. Or a front-engine all-wheel drive. Who knows? It's a front-engine rear-wheel drive layout. Sorry, I'm just so tired. So yeah, layout is front-engine rear-wheel drive. So front. I can't talk. So I can't even talk. Front-engine rear-wheel drive. There we go. Platform is the Nissan S. So the S platform. So S platform. So our powertrain, engine is first. So the engine, 2 types. They're both 2 liters. So they're both different versions of the SR20. So or the SR20 engine. So they're both 2-liter inline 4s. So 2-liter inline 4s SR20s. However, there's differences in between those two. So the first one is naturally aspirated. And the other one is turbocharged. So with a single turbo to it. And I just too I picked the turbo version because it's just much better, than the regular naturally aspirated version. Because literally, that turbo whistle is just cool. Like, yeah. I mean, doing a turbo whistle, like, well, a turbo sound and a turbo whistle, like the way skating is, well, I can do it, but yeah, it's okay-ish. It's okay-ish, but I need more practice to be able to do it, and some other car sounds I want to do, but it all takes out as like what I could think of, But I don't know, like I'll find out what I can do. Oh God. Sorry, I'm just super tired right now. I mean, I want to head to sleep, but I'm not gonna leave this unattended. I'm gonna finish it as much as possible if it kills me. Well, not literally, but I don't know. It's just a saying, like, even if I get super tired, like tired as hell, can't open my eyes, like like that kind of way of getting tired, like, oh God. Mm. Sorry about that. Sorry, powertrain, engine, 2 liter, so 2 liter, was I two, so 2 liters, SR20, inline four, so SR20 inline fours, one naturally aspirated, so one naturally aspirated, and one turbocharged. Out of those two, I picked the turbo version because it's just better. Transmission, there's 3 different versions. So we got 2 manuals and 1 automatic. So first off we got so there's for transmission there's 3 versions. So the first 2 are a 5-speed and a 6-speed manual. So both manuals, one 5-speed manual and one 6-speed. Say one 5-speed manual and one 6-speed manual. And then the other one is a 4-speed, so 4-speed automatic. Yeah. out of those 3 I'll pick, I'll always go with a 6-speed manual. So 6 speeds are better than 5. 6 speeds are just better than, so 6 speeds are better than 5. Literally, they just are. Literally, I go with a 6-speed any day of the week. Well, actually, I'll go with a 6-speed all day, every day. So transmission, 5-speed manual, 5-speed manual, 6-speed manual, so 5-speed and 6-speed manual, and a 4-speed automatic. Say 4-speed automatic. Can't really say well. Alright, next up is dimensions. But before I do that, I'm just gonna get a drink because I am thirsty right now. And a bit tired, but I'm not gonna quit. I am gonna attempt to finish this off. If it kills me to death, but I'm gonna try as much as possible. As much as possible. Alright, I'm back. For those wondering what that was just a bottle of water. Highland Spring, to be exact. Spring still water. Naturally from Scotland's Ochil Hills. I think I said it right. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, so next part we're on is dimensions. So dimensions are on. So transmission, 5-speed, 6-speed manual, and 4-speed auto. Or run on track. So good. So dimensions is next. Starting off with is wheelbase. So wheelbase. Wheelbase. Excuse me. Wheelbase 2500. Say 2500. 2500 and so 2500. So 2500 and 25. So 2525 millimeters. So our dimensions. Wheelbase 2525. So 2525 millimeters. 9. So 2525 millimeters. 99.4 inches. That's the same wheelbase. It's actually the same wheelbase as the S14. So the same as an S14, Silvia. Unlike the S14, the length and width is a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter than the S14. So unlike the S14, for the S15, both the length and the width are a little bit different. Length is so length is 4,445. So 4,445. So 4,400. So 4,400. So 4,445 millimeters. Approximately 175 inches for length. Width. So width is 1600. So width 1695. So 1695. 1600. So 1695 millimeters. So 1600. So 1695 millimeters. 66.7 inches for width. Height 1285 millimeters. 50.6 inches. That's by the way 10. So 10 millimeters. That's actually 10 millimeters. So 10 millimeters, 0.4 inches shorter than the S14. This is for height. So dimensions on base. 2500. So low base. 2525 millimeters. 99.4. So 99.4 inches. and so 99.4 inches. Length 4,400. So 4,445 millimeters, approximately 175 inches. So length, width 1,695. So 1,695. 1,600 and so 16 so 1,695 millimeters, 66.7 inches. So 66.7 inches. That was for width. Height. So height. Oh God. So height 1,200 and so 1,285. So 1,285. So 1,285 millimeters, 50.6 inches. So 50.6 inches in height. Curb weight between 1,200, so 1,200 and 1,400. So between 1,200 and 1,450 kilos. So between 1,200 and 1,450 kilos. So between 1,200 and 1,450 kilos. So there's a difference in 250 kilos. So there's a 250 kilo difference in weight. And 2,600, so 2,646, so 2,646. 2,646. So 12, so 2,600 and so 2,646. So between 2,646 to 3,197 pounds, and that's a difference in gonna take a while to do this calculation for pounds. So the difference in those 500, so 551 pounds, so like a little bit over 550. So the difference in those 550 pounds of weight. Oh, 551 pounds to be, so 551 pounds to be exact. So the difference in weight. This is for the curb weight. So curb weight, 1,200 to 1,200, so 1,200 to 1,450 kilos. 2,646 to 3,197 pounds. Next part. In 1999, so in 1999, so before the very early 2000s, by 1 year, so In 1990 year, the same year that the Nissan Skyline R34 GTR was out, back in 1989. So in 1990, so in 1999, so like the very late 90s, Japan, so Japan saw, Japan saw, saw a new version of the Silvia, so new version of the Silvia, so new version of the Silvia, the S15, so S15 now producing at 6,400 RPM, so 6,400 RPM, 247 horsepower. That is like 250 horsepower, which is pretty good for a sports car. I mean, 250 horsepower is pretty good. I mean, it's a decent amount. So there's enough power for a car like this. So 247 will round up to like 250 horsepower. So at 6,400 RPM, 247, well, 250 horsepower. And 275. So 275. So 275. So 275 Newton meters. So 275 Newton meters. 203 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. So 4,800 RPM from its SR20. So SR20 DET. So from its SR20 2 liter inline 4 motor or engine. So SR20, so 2 liter SR20 DET. So SR20 DET, single turbocharged inline 4 engine. So inline 4 engine. Inline 4 engine, thanks to a ball bearing turbo upgrade or turbocharger upgrade. Thanks to a ball bearing turbo upgrade. So ball bearing turbo upgrade. So thanks to a ball bearing turbo upgrade. So a ball bearing turbo upgrade. It's a turbo upgrade, as well as an improved EMS or engine management system, which is basically an ECU. So ECU. So both had an upgraded turbo and ECU. So turbo and ECU. The naturally aspirated, so a non-turbo SR20 DE, so naturally aspirated SR20 produces 163. So 163. So 163 horsepower. So 163 horsepower. The S15 included. So S15 included. So the S15 included aggressive styling. So aggressive styling. Aggressive styling. So aggressive styling. Styling inside and out. So inside and out. So in and out. Updating the previous. So the previous Silvia. So previous Silvia styling inline. So inline with modern car design trends. So modern car design trends. the body dimensions. So dimensions were reduced from the previous generation, the S14, so that it would comply with Japanese government compact class. So compact class, which had an effect on sales of the previous model, so sales of the S14, S14, the S15 model, so the S15 model lineup, was initially simplified to just a spec S and R, so spec S and spec R, with with both models offering an aero variant with a large rear wing, so rear wing, side skirts, valances, and front bumper. I think it's fenders. I think I'm not too sure. So rear wing, side skirts, valances. I think it might be fenders or something. I'm not too sure. Or bumper canards. I'm not quite 100% sure. For car terms, I'm not too sure. And front bumper. This generation of the Silvia. So this generation of the Silvia. So this generation of the Silvia was only sold new in 3 countries: Japan, 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 Australia, Australia and New Zealand. In both Australia and New Zealand, the car was sold as the Nissan. The car was sold as the Nissan 200 SX. Production of the Silvia ended amidst Nissan's efforts to reduce its myriad of platforms. Nissan stopped producing the S platform. So Nissan stopped producing the S platform. So S platform in August 2002, with the S15 variant. So S15 series Silvia. So S15 series Silvia being the final variant. So the last, like the final variant. The S15 Silvia was therefore, so the S15 was therefore the final, so the last car, so the final car to use the Silvia name, as well as being the last sports car, so sports car, so as well as being the last sports car by Nissan to use a true front engine rear-wheel drive or FR layout. So front engine rear-wheel drive layout, or FR layout for short. Nissan's current worldwide sports car. So worldwide sports car. So worldwide sports car. So worldwide sports car platform is the front midship FM platform. I was kind of saying like a mid-engine layout, but not really. Which underpins the Z33, so Z33 or Z33 34 Fairlady Z, which is both the 350 and 370. So 370Z. Out, so 350 and 370Z. So 350 and 370, so 350Z and 370Z outside Japan. A sports car and the V35, so V35, so V35 and V37. Nissan Skyline, which is the Infinity G35. So both the Infinity G35, so G35 and G37. So both the Infinity G35, so Infinity G35 and G37 in North America. Luxury sport sedan and coupe, or luxury or just luxury sport. Saloon and coupe. So coupe. Coupe. Sorry, I'm just so tired right now. Says luxury sports sedan. Says sports sedan and coupe. Next up is the variants. So the different versions of the S15. Starting off right off the box. So right off the bat. So next up variants. And right off the box, we're on to a very good one, which is the Spec R. So Spec R. Says Spec R. Sylvia. So Sylvia. So Spec R, Sylvia. Let's do it. Yes. So the Spec R was fitted with a turbocharged SR20. So yeah, SR20, so SR20, DET, engine and differed from previous Silvia models. So previous Silvia models, by featuring a 6-speed manual. So a 6-speed manual. So a 6-speed. So 6-speed manual, as well as a 4-speed. So 4-speed automatic. The Spec R. So Spec R, or just R Spec, also included both extensive chassis, chassis and suspension strengthening. So suspension was much stronger. If I had to use both larger anti-roll bars, so anti-roll bars. Say anti-roll bars and strut bracing. Say both larger anti-roll bars, and strut bracing. The S15, so S15 featured the same four-piston front calipers that were found in the C32, the 300CX. So the spec car also included both extensive chassis and suspension. So extensive chassis and suspension strengthening via the use of both larger anti-roll bars, so anti-roll bars and strut bracing. The S15 featured the same four-piston front brake calipers that were found in the C32. So C32 300ZX. So C32 300ZX, but included a larger brake booster. Which is sometimes known as a vacuum servo. It's a brake booster. But included a larger brake booster. It's a brake booster. One of the biggest challenges. Not challenges. Sorry. One of the biggest changes. Sorry. Some of the biggest changes to the S15 fitted. So one of the biggest changes to the S15 fitted with a 6-speed manual built by Aisin Saiki from Aisin Corporation, which is a Japanese corporation that both develops and produces components and systems. So components and systems for the automotive industry. So automotive industry. So one of the biggest changes to the S15 model fitted with a 6-speed manual. So 6-speed manual. So manual. Built by Aisin Seiki. So built by Aisin Seiki. I can't pronounce it, but first name is spelled A-I-S-I. Last word or name, I think, spelled S-E-I, so S-E-I-K, so S-E-I-K-I was the implementation of a helical limited slip LSD differential. It's a result was a safer, more track suited. So the result was a safer, more track suited drive, in some contrasts to both its drifting heritage, drifting, drifting heritage, and subsequent media attention. So attention, all other versions of the Silvia, so S14, S15, Spec S, JDM, came with a viscous LSD differential. So LSD differential. High capacity active, so high capacity active steering, four-wheel steering. So four-wheel steering was available as an option. Even without all-wheel drive, I mean, we kind of help a little bit better. Alright, next up is the Spec S Silvia. But before I do that, just gotta fix this. In that position, it just kills me to death. Not really, but I just feel pain. Okay, next up on is the Spec S. So, the Spec S, Spec Silvia, was fitted with a naturally aspirated, bone stock SR20, without a turbo, so naturally aspirated SR20, engine, known as the SR20 DE engine, so it's completely naturally aspirated. So a naturally aspirated SR20 engine, and featured a 5-speed manual in addition to a 4-speed automatic or 4-speed auto, available on both the Spec S and R. So Spec S and R. It lacked the additional chassis support. So chassis support of the Spec R. So chassis support of the R features 2-piston front brake. So 2-piston front brake calipers and a slightly smaller brake booster. So brake booster. The Spec S came only with an open diff, so an open differential, with an optional LSD limited slip LSD differential. So with an optional limited slip LSD, so optional limited slip LSD differential. Australian derived, Australian delivered, sorry. So Australian delivered Spec S, models featured the same helical differential, chassis brace, so same helical diff, chassis bracing, and 6-speed M, so M is for manual, so chassis bracing and 6-speed M gearbox, and the Australian market. So Australian market. Spec R models. The S15, so S15 lineup. So the S15 line was later expanded to include various
luxury and upgrade option packs for both the Spec S and R. A.K.A, so or Oteku, which is a specialty Japanese car developer in Japan, also offered several tuner versions of the S15. One with both the body and trim, so body and interior trim, modeled after the Ferrari. So Ferrari 456 and 456M, which is M is for Maranello. So Maranello. Not Maranello, sorry, it's Modificata. So Modificata, which is modification, I think is in Italian, I'm not 100% sure. Is it A.K.A, a special car developer, also offers several tuner versions. Also for several tuned versions of the S15. So S15, one with body and interior trim, modeled after the Ferrari 456. Ferrari 456, called the Style A, or A Style, I would say, I don't know. So Style A, available in both. So Style A, available in both Spec S and R. So Spec S and R. So S and R, basic. So Spec S and R, basic trims, and a second tuned version was based on the Spec S trim level with the engine output increased to 200 horsepower. Pretty good. I mean, 200 horsepower is pretty good. Through the use of increased competition, more aggressive camshafts, free breathing intake, exhaust tracts, along with ECU tuning. So ECU tuning. So electronic control unit tuning. So the ECU, like the brain of the computer, tuning, and upgrades to both the chassis and suspension. So chassis and suspension. This version also included the original 6-speed manual, and other upgrades normally found only in the Spec R version of the Silvia. Next up is pretty much like a special version, I would say, of this car, which is a Silvia Varietta. So in Japan, Nissan offered a retractable hardtop variant of the Silvia called the Varietta. The Varietta was built by A.K.A, so A.K.A or Oteku, and was based on the Spec S model. It's a Spec S model. It's a model featuring the same naturally aspirated inline-4 engine with a choice of either a 5-speed manual or 4-speed auto. Only 1,143, so 1,143 cars were produced. So only 1,143 cars are produced. Next up is the Said, which now is seen in the, I think it was Euro Crash for version of their Mitsuoka Laceed, aka the new Laceed. So we're on a new Laceed. Mitsuoka produced an updated version of their Mitsuoka Laceed, aka the new Laceed, based on the S15 Silvia, built in limited quantities, so quantities, not qualities, in the year 2000. As with the original, like the standard Laceed, he used the S15 Silvia's center portion, so center portion engine and underpinnings, so center portion engine and underpinnings. Next up is both the Australian and New Zealand versions of that car. Let's see. Is it Australian and so Australian and New Zealand versions. So both the Australian and New Zealand versions of the S15 were sold as the 200 SX with two regions having differences between each other. These models were never these models were never sold. Were never officially sold. So never officially sold. Sold with the option of the of a naturally aspirated SR20 in those regions, especially with the Australian spec S model. Next up is the New Zealand version. The New Zealand market. So New Zealand market market received. So market received. So the New Zealand market received the S15. So S15 Silvia in May 1999. So May 1999. Um, these were official models from Nissan. Unlike with the Australian S15 Silvia that came out a year later. So that was in 2002, I think it was. So that came out a year later. They came offered with the SR20, so with the single turbo SR20 engine. The New Zealand S15s, so S15s were Japan spec, so Japan spec, so Japanese spec from the factory. So they were both Japan spec, so Japan spec from the factory, and modified, so modified by New Zealand car dealerships to meet New Zealand um, road requirements. These mods included an antenna on the rear right quarter panel. So the rear right quarter panel. So rear right quarter panel. Optional two-spoke rear wing. New Zealand spec brochures for the car and 200 SX badges, which are located on the both the rear, which are located only on the rear bumper, so JDM VIN on the firewall. In total, 477 200 SXs were sold in New Zealand. New Zealand from July July 19 so July 1997 1997 to August 2002 2002, which included S14 models. So S14 models. This doesn't include. So this doesn't include the few 40 plus S15s from May. So from May to July 1999. So the difference in those 2 months. So 2 months. So 2 months difference back in 1999, as they weren't included in the official Nissan data or databases. The reason for these exclusions are unknown, so nobody knows what happened to them. Next up is the last one is the Australian version. So Australian version of this car. I don't know if I got to the final two parts. I'll end it there. So Australian version. I said Australian version. So say Australian version. So Australian version. The Australian market. The Australian market received the S15 and received the S15. So S15 in October 2000. So like late, almost like somewhere like late 2000. Unlike with a New Zealand. So I think it was like mid-late October, I think 2000. I'm not sure. unlike with unlike unlike with a New Zealand, so unlike with a New Zealand spec S15 Silvia that came about a year prior. These weren't like there were not official models from Nissan and were built to different specs from the factory, featuring a unique 17 so 17 digit VIN or vehicle identification number instead of the Japanese S15 S15 X X X X X X. Instead of that one, it's offered in the spec R and S trims. So trims all with the turbocharged SR20 engine. So SR20 DET engine. The main difference between the two was that the spec R was offered from the factory with a sunroof. The engine was detuned to meet Australian fuel regulations Power outputs decreased by 50 horsepower. to to a snail moving 197 horsepower. So 197 horsepower. So below 200 horsepower was, I'd say, from 250 to 200, which is not much at all. I mean, it's a lot, but not that much for a sports car. For a sports car like that, you see, 250 to 200 horsepower. That's bad, like 200 horsepower. The car received various other changes from Japan models, so or Japanese models to lower prices, so to lower the costs, some of which being the removal of the rear window, so rear windshield wiper, sun visor mirrors, A-pillar boost cage, automatic climate control, and electric folding mirrors. So like electric mirrors almost, which is pretty cool. So electric folding mirrors. So folding mirrors. So electric mirrors that fold. The steering wheel. So the steering wheel was found. So the steering wheel was changed. So it was changed to the one found in the Skyline R34 GTT. So the 25 GT Turbo. So the younger version of the R34 GTRs. So the steering wheel was changed to the one found in the R34 Skyline 25 GT Turbo, A.K.A. the GTT. So GTT, which is much cheaper than the GTR. However, the Australian market did receive a 260, so 260. So, however, the Australian market did receive a 260 kilometer an hour. 10 kilometer an hour, 160. So 161 to be exact. So 161 miles an hour. So 260 kilometers an hour. So 260 kilometers an hour. 161 miles an hour. Speedometer instead of the usual 180 miles an hour. Well, wishful miles an hour, but so instead of the 180 kilometer an hour, which is around 111.8, well, then it was like 112 mile an hour. Speedometer in the Japanese version, because all cars in Japan are limited to 112 miles an hour in Japan, whereas in Europe, all cars are limited in miles an hour to 155, which is 250 kilometers an hour, which is pretty cool. So the Australian market did receive a 260 kilometer an hour speed limit, so 260 kilometer an hour speed limit instead of the 180 kilometer an hour, 112 mile an hour speed speedometer in the Japanese version. So speedometer in the Japanese version available at the end of 200 at the end of the 200 SX production for Australia was the GT edition. So GT edition available spec S and R. So spec S and R. This featured the L package, interior, and the aero wing of the Japanese models. All GTs received both darker color wheels, so darker color wheels, and GT badges. So GT badges um, taken from the Nissan Skyline. So from the Skyline GTRs located on the fenders. Additionally, chrome interior door handles. So chrome interior door handles, chrome gear selector, surround, sports, so it's sports metal pedal sets were standard on the GT. So on the GT in total, so total 3,000, so 3,879, less than 4,000 Australian 200 SXs were produced, making up just over 10%, so 10% of S15 S15 production. Okay. Next up, revival. So there's not much on there, so let's do it. In September 5th, so 5th of September. So that was almost, so that was like nearly 10 days ago, almost 10 days ago, 240 hours. So on September 5th, 2024, so almost 10 days ago, an interview from the Australian Drive magazine. So Australian Drive magazine, say magazine, Nissan vice president, um, vice president, so vice president, global product, so global product strategy, Ivan Espinosa, or Ivan Espinosa, confirmed a new third sports car. So third sports car in the works, slotted between both the C and the GTR. So the C and the GTR. So GTR, and will receive the Silvia name. So the Silvia name. It's unclear, so it's untold, so not been told whether if the next next generation of the car will either be fully electric, so an EV, or will use a hybrid system. And the project's still is both still at its infancy, so infancy, and has yet to have product 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 confirmation. So product confirmation. Say confirmation. Last up is motorsport, and that'll mark the end of the Silvia. Let's finish this. So the S chassis. S chassis. So the S chassis is a popular both drift and time attack car. So drift and time attack car. So the S chassis is a popular both drift and time attack. So time attack car. So time attack car. Especially the S13 through S15 cars. This is due to the supposedly extreme versatility. So versatility and huge aftermarket for the S chassis. So S chassis, many pro race cars. So many pro race cars have been built with off the shelf, so both off the shelf suspension, suspension, suspension and engine components. The car has enjoyed success, having won 11 D1, so D1, so D1 Grand Prix championships, so championships with eight different drivers, so eight different drivers driving the S15. So first one we got is Nobute, Nobutero, Nobutero, uh, Taniguchi, 2001, Ryuji, Miki, 2000, 2004, so 2004, Yasuyuki, Yasuyuki Kazama, in Eurosport, 2005, Masato Kawabata, Masato Kawabata, in 2007, so 2007, Yuichi Yuichi Imamura from 2009, 2010, and so 2009, 2010, and 2011. Uh, Masashi Yoki, so Masashi Yoki, Masashi Yoki from Masashi Yokoi. There we go, from 2018 to so 2018 and 2019. Uh, Masanori, 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 Kohashi from 2020 and or FD USA Championship. Championship. He has multiple event wins and has placed in the top five overall in Formula Drift for the past 4 years. So for the past 4 years. So 4 years. 4 years. In 2017-18, so 2017-18 and 19, Formula Drift or FD driver James Dean. So Dean is with an E at the end. Both campaigned and won. So and won the Pro Championship. So Pro Championship in the Warthouse Drift Team or WDT S15 in Europe. So in Europe. So Europe or Europe. Europa. The S the S13's also the S13's also been very, very the S13's also been very popular with pro level drifters, especially in countries like the UK, UK, so UK, Poland, so UK, Poland, France, Germany, Sweden, Norway, Russia, and Ukraine or Ukraine. While some of some of I can't talk. Some have opted to keep the SR20, the single turbo SR20. Most drivers swap this for the more powerful single turbo RB25. It's an RB25 engine. So RB25 units, or even the Toyota Supra derived 2JZ engine. So or even the Toyota Supra, the Supra derived 2JZ, so 2JZ, like Powell Trella, so Powell Trella from Poland, so Poland. Sylvia's erased, so Sylvia's erased successfully in the all Japan GT, so Japan GT championship. It's now called the Super GT. It's now called Super GT. It's Super GT and its predecessors, both the S14 and S15. So S14 and S15 gens are versions of the Silvia. So versions of the Silvia. So versions of the Silvia 1. The GT300. So GT300 class championship in both 1997. So 1997. So 1997 and 2001. The year the first Fast and Furious movie came out, so in 2001, respectively. In the late 1980s, so late 1980, so late 1980s, when Group B was banned, both the S110, so S110 and S12, so S12, Silvia's also saw limited success in rallying, mainly on endurance rallies. So endurance S13s. So S13's production. So S13's production. There was a one. There's a one make series. So one during the S13's production. There was a one make series in Japan. So in Japan, S13s were also successful. So the S13s were also successful. So S13s were also successful in racing in the IMSA. So IMSA GTU class during the 90s. The S15 of under Suzuki. Suzuki has dominated dominated the the Sakaba or Tsukuba circuit lap time record for some time. I say some time after it defeated the HKS. After it defeated the HKS. So HKS after defeated the turbocharged HKS. So HKS HKS CT 230R. So 230R. So 230R Lan Evo, short for Lancer Evolution, or Lancer Evo, whichever way is best. For the record in 2012. So for the record in 2012, under Suzuki's Suzuki's S15 spin. S15 spin. So S15 has been S15 has been resetting Sukuba's lap time record. So lap time record. Last part now. The latest lap records currently timed at 50 points. So the latest lap records. The latest lap records currently timed at 50 points. 50 points. 50.3. So 50.3. 66. Roundups like 50.4 seconds. So 50.4 seconds. It's not bad. I mean, 50.4 seconds is pretty good. Even faster. So faster than an official J JG TC All Japan. So All Japan, which is Japan Grand Touring. So Grand Touring car championship. It's a car championship. Race car. ARTA or ART. So ARTA version. So ARTA. It's like saying the word art, but it's like saying the word art, but it's like saying the word art, but adding the letter A at the end. A version of the Honda or Acura NSX. Alright. Phew, finally done. Wow. That is now officially the end of the Nissan Silvia. Wow. Just wow. Unfucking go on the same day on the 14th until my 19th birthday. Wow. Can't believe this year's gone pretty quick. It's gone pretty damn quick. I'll be honest with you, like real fast. I mean, that's how it works. Like, time does fly by so fast over time. So can't do nothing about that. I mean, all are moving on to like new opportunities. Like I am as well. Like, can't wait to see what 2025 will be like. One way to find out. One way to find out. Not sure what I'll do for 2025 reason, but I highly doubt it. But I don't know. One way to find out. Let's hope for the best. All right. So that'll be it. So for my next video will be about so for my next few videos I'll be doing two topics for cars. First one I'm doing is I'm gonna be doing some army vehicles, so this could be quite interesting considering I've been somewhat of an army like kind of fan, I would say. Like I'm a fan of some army vehicles, mainly from like the Soviet Union and like Russian vehicles and Ukrainian vehicles and Latvian vehicles. I mean, I'm a huge fan of those, and after I do those, the next one is gonna be really special. Trust me, you do not want to miss that. No, it's gonna be real special. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I will give you a hint. It is from Italy, so it's to do with Italian cars. But I will tell you what is going to be happening within the next video that I'll be doing for Italian cars very soon. Again, like I got it planned, but again, it's a surprise. I don't want to spoil it, so I will tell you guys soon. Trust me, you do not want to miss those out because these are going to be real special. Okay, so that'll be it. It's currently 1:34, getting up to almost 1:35 in the morning. Alright, so that'll be it. If you guys like this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe. So like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the hit the notification. So hit the hit the notification. So hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so that'll be it. I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe. Have a great morning and have a great day. And also have a great weekend as well. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So, take care, folks. So, take care, folks. So, take care, folks. Stay safe out there. So, take care, folks. So, take care, folks. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys soon.